Hi, I'm Daniel Farke and this is Ask the Boss. Christian is asking, what is the greatest advice you have received in your career which has always stayed with you and as a result helped improve you overall as a player and manager? Boy, it's difficult to sum up what is the best advice. Probably it was like treat everyone in football like human beings, so players, football coaches, and don't forget that even the players are human beings. It's not like they are robots or just because they earn lots of money, or keep in mind they just want to play football, and this is quite important. And I think it's important in order to have a good relationship with the players, to always keep in mind, although it's a special business and pressure, but they're still human beings. Andrew's asking which managers, coaches have been the biggest influence on your career. I think there's not one special manager. There are always different influences. Of course, I worked together alongside Thomas Tuchel, for example, at Borussia Dortmund. Jürgen Klopp was, of course, a role model. Pep Guardiola followed his way quite close at Bayern Munich. Of course, all their thoughts and their style influence a bit what you're doing. If I'm really honest, there was one big role model for me. In the former years, his name was Ottmar Hitzfeld. He worked for Borussia Dortmund and for Bayern Munich, was able to win the German title, to win the German Cup, to win the Champions League with both clubs. And he was for me a role model in terms of coming along with the players, in terms of leading a group, and in terms of treating human beings. And for that, if I have to name one, I would go for Ottmar Hitzfeld. Sam is asking, which game for Norwich have you been most proud of being the manager and why? If I'm honest, there were several games. I can remember unbelievable nights when we were, for example, able to turn the game against Millwall in the extra time, or were able to score in the last minutes. For example, against Nottingham, after being 0-3 down, and then we end up with a late goal of Hernandez, 3-3, were impressive moments. The proudest moment was probably our win against Blackburn, and when we made sure that we are promoted, because it's more or less like the outcome was clear, and it was more like all our hard work and all our successes during the season, and all what we invested led us back to the Premier League. And for that, it was probably the most impressive moment, the most moving moment, and also perhaps the proudest game, because after this game was clear, okay, right now we're back to the Premier League level. Matt is asking, what are the main differences between coaching here in England to coach a German side? To speak English instead of speaking German. In Germany, you always get a currywurst after the game, but meanwhile, I have to say, Delia delivers meanwhile also unbelievable currywurst at catering. So for that, I just can recommend them. And to be honest, so football, I think also cultural in football, we are quite similar. In Germany, in comparison to England, it's not a huge difference. But one thing is for sure, the Premier League for me is at the moment the best league in the world, and for that, the most competitive league in the world. It's the biggest challenge to be successful, even on this level. Bridget is asking, Daniel, you talk about celebrating on the sofa with coffee and cake after a win. So we are all dying to know, what's your favorite type of cake? Bridget, thanks a lot for the question. Great question. So if you want to bake a cake, you're pretty much welcome to send it over. I would love it. To be honest, I like each and every type of cake. If I have to choose, I would rather go for strawberry cake or cheesecake, or the best probably strawberry cheesecake. That would be a good choice. Nate G7 is asking, outside of football, is there any other sports you follow? If so, who are your preferred team and player? I was pretty interested in tennis, if I'm honest, and of course the great times of Boris Becker when he was able to win Wimbledon. He was our hero, and also my hero in former years. So tennis is a topic. Also for basketball, but more the NBA, if I'm honest. And I also like golf. So if I'm honest, there's no time for me to play golf. But of course, I follow the tournaments, and yeah, as a German, so I have to support Martin Keimer. So I hope pretty soon he's back on best level. He's able to win a major again. But golf is also a big topic, and I also can calm down following golf, if I'm honest. Jake is asking, who pulls off a Parker better, you or Liam Gallagher? That's a good question. I will definitely go for Liam, because he's a legend, and definitely he's definitely the better choice. Ellie is asking, pineapple on a pizza, yes or no? Yes, but not for me. I will go for salami. So never pineapple on the pizza. I like pineapple, but not on the pizza. Thank you guys. Thank you for all of your questions.